Hello and welcome back to Market TV Show. Yesterday we were looking at the broad markets and some of the FANG stocks and Tesla, and the prediction was higher, and indeed we got higher today. Q's up 1.17%. That's the Nasdaq ETF, and I think I also talked about the reversal near the end of the day, which I think we have so far has done. When you look at the 1 hour, you can see the picture. As soon as the market opened, we were green and we kept going up until the very last hour. We were as high as here at 251.52, and then it quickly reversed into a gray stone doji on the hourly. After hour traded with a little bit of red candles, and now after market resumes trading just now, looking bullish first candle, but I still maintain that I think tomorrow will be probably the last green day, if we are going to have a green day, because we are really overbought on the very near term. And let me show you how. Going back to the 1 hour, you bring up the indicators. Look at the RSI here. We'll take this off. You can see how we're at 75. That's the overbought territory. Now, it doesn't mean that it'll the market would sell off right then and there, but you don't want to be too heavily long if you're not already longs, because every time we're around these overbought areas, we don't last there for very long recently, and then we have a significant down move, either short-lived or plays out to a much more substantial correction, right? So definitely to keep in mind, things could still go up for sure, but I think tomorrow we're going to have a down day, and that's my prediction for tomorrow. Looking at the SPY, SP500, and I'll show you what other clues that I'm seeing. Look at how SPY closed. That's the S&P 500, right on the green line there, like right on support and resistance. It can break either way. This is the place where it sold off last time. See how price came to this green line area and then sold off right there, and now we're back on it, and it sold off here too. See, it came down a little bit. Now we're slightly above it. There's definitely resistance there, and it's not going to be easy to get above. And even if we get above this green line, we still have this all these red candles coming in to put resistance here. All these sellers are still there. So looking at the 1 hour chart, same picture, more bearish. You see this last hourly candle came down, upside down hammer. That's technically bearish. Looking at the Dow Jones, an even more bearish picture. I compare that to SPY on the daily. You see that? And then now you compare it to Dow, closing today at 25,734. That to me looks like a short-term reversal, at least, right? Because you see how this particular candle traded respected the support and resistance during that time, and now we don't even get close, and we're to the green line, the 20-day moving average. We're already starting to turn down, right? So that is that they closed Dow Jones closed red, so 0.3% today versus S&P SPY up 0.7, and then QQQ up 1.17. So there's some divergence here, and when we look at the sectors, XLF, we mentioned this yesterday, and XLF, the financial sector, I mentioned that this looks bullish yesterday because we had a big sell-off, an inside candle, and looks like we're going to break bullish, and we're on this trend line right here. Now today we had a sell-off right here. It doesn't mean that we're gonna break this trend line, but this uptrend is not resuming with much strength. There's not a lot of buyers here to keep the momentum going. The momentum right now is still currently down, taking a breather, maybe do another small update, and then if it breaks this trend line, then we have a sell signal. Then it's a good chance that the market will start the next trend downward for however long, and we will have to go one day at a time. So looking at technology sector, XLK, you see a similar pattern here, almost a doji candle where buyers and sellers had equal power, not went slightly above by end of day, but we also had a tight doji candle here around the same level. After that day, we had a big sell-off, so there's definitely some exhaustion there, or a very tough resistance there to get through. And looking at the semiconductor stocks, they actually have a down day, 1.28%. And you can see ever so slightly, we have a small downtrend here, right? Look, there's the trend line. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and coming down from the entire session, it was a sell-off and coming up to support. So if you're not already short, it will be not very objective to take a short position here. Maybe we get a small doji candle, then we could take a short position with SOXS with stocks. But if you were to take a position, probably a small one will be best, because the trend is still on the bigger time frame. We're still in an uptrend, right? So this could definitely still break upward, and then we'll resume all the uptrends, especially in QQQ. But semiconductors is this canary in the coal mine, as they say. So if the semiconductors are not going up, then chances are the rest of the QQQ is not going to go up as well. Let's take a look at. On that note, let's take a look at one of the biggest companies in the semiconductor is Intel. Intel hasn't been bullish lately. Look at all these days that are mostly down, 20 days, and currently today it closed down negative 1.7%, almost the entire length of this green candle, below the key moving average of the 20-day, the 50-day. Notice the downward pointing of the 20-day, indicating that, suggesting that we're going to continue to see more downward pressure. If we break this low here on this day, then we're definitely going to resume the downtrend, and we probably won't see any type of support till maybe here at 51.23. You see how there's a lot of commotion here, buying and selling. So that would be what I would be looking for. Take a look at the FANG stocks now. Look at Apple. Apple, one of the biggest companies, over $1 trillion, did not close green in a big green day for tech. Amazon, one of the strongest performers today, huge move to the upside, up $119 almost. It's closing in on 2,900 now. Looking at the hourly, you'll find it that we're also at 83 right now, current reading at the RSI, overbought territory. If you're not already long, definitely be very cautious if you decide to go along. But look at how many times we were up here, and how long did it last before we had some kind of correction, right? You don't want to hold anything when there's these types of downward moves. Netflix, same thing. Big up move on the daily. Big green candle, 6.72%. But looking at the hourly, 83.9, and very far from the 20-day moving 20-period moving average on the hourly, and that's about 3.67% away. Of course, this is going to move up as time goes on, but there's always going to be a reversion to the mean, and so it's only a matter of time till we see some sort of flagging pattern or a correction. Maybe it's a reversal. We'll see. Only time will tell. Facebook, same thing. What do we have today? Big up move, 4.62%, almost back to near all-time highs. Yeah, almost. And but same story. Look, you don't want to be long when it's already up here. You want to be long when it's down here, right? Or maybe here after this big up move goes sideways, go long, but not now. The risk reward just isn't there, and technically, short term speaking, we're still in where we could be. One could argue we're in a downtrend, right? So that's the recent high, the absolute top of the move, and this could be just a retracement. So if we bring on the fib tool, we measure from here to here, we're still we retrace 70.786% of this entire move, right? Only when we get above 24.12 about, that's when we know that, okay, we're back in an uptrend. Google, same idea, overbought up here at 74. Same idea, same pattern as Facebook. Microsoft, more bearish, and this is the second largest stock by market cap, right? Either that or Apple, one or the other. They're the two biggest. So last hour, big reversal candle coming in, and now after hour going lower. Daily, not much I can, not many clues I can find, but there you go for Microsoft. Tesla was a big winner today. After this big green candle bouncing off, we have another big green candle and another following one. Currently very bullish, but divergence starting to build here. On hourly, same story. We have overbought for a while now, and this could go up even higher because tomorrow there's a news related event about some estimates on how many cars are sold or something like that. I don't know the details on that, but it's worth, I think, to do some lotto calls or puts. Either way you're looking, because the move tomorrow could be very volatile in one direction or the other. And then another one I want to take a look at and cover is Boeing. Remember Boeing just 2 days ago? Is what led the market higher. That was the big talk of the day, up 14.4%, and then the very next day dropped 5.75%, and then it was underneath the 20-day moving average, wasn't it? Today, it tested it. It wanted to go above it, but it failed. If you look at the 1 hour, you see it tried in the pre-market trying to go up already. It was up quite a bit, but then once the trading started, it was just mainly just sellers dominating the trading session. Doesn't look very good. When you look at it the daily from a bigger perspective, we're still in a downtrend, aren't we? Lower highs, lower highs, lower high, a higher low. So it's an uptrend technically when we look starting from the March lows to now, but it's a weaker uptrend. Right, here's the trend line I would draw, marching, connecting the lows there, and this looks like a good short to me, I think, because look at how far away we are from the 50, and the last time we broke the 50, we went on a run, a huge run, and now we're underneath the 20, and we might come back and test the 50, and that's about 12%, and then below that, if we break that, we have this trend line that I drew right here, another 10%. And this Boeing is one of the stocks that are one of the heavy components in the Dow Jones. If Boeing goes down a lot. Dow Jones is going to go down a lot, which then drags down the rest of the market. So tomorrow's prediction, again, I think it is going to be down. How much down? I don't know. It will be fun to see a big down day, get some big volatility going on the downside, get people, keep people on their toes. But who knows? You never know. Always, let's take a look at the futures right now and see what's happening. Yep, just started trading 15 minutes ago. Looking at the 5-minute here, it's in a downtrend, but starting to come back up. Here we go. Keep an eye on futures always, because it will give you clues that the ETFs won't give you, because there's trading pretty much around the clock except for 1 hour of the day. So, all right, that will conclude today's analysis. If you find this useful, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and spread the word. And let me know if you want me to cover anything in particular, and I will do so. Thank you. Have a good one.